I'm not a religious person. Spiritual, yes. I don't like organized religion. I've evolved over time, though, to come to the point to accept and be okay with other people enjoying it for whatever reason they do enjoy it, whether it's purely belief-based, if it's community-based, whatever. If it's just something that they like doing, I think as long as it leads to good things, there's no harm in it. I am spiritual, though. I've evolved on that level as well, coming to the point of where I believe in many gods, goddesses as well, and mostly of the European pagan tradition, from the Norse to the ancient Roman and ancient Greek, those sort of pagan mythological gods. I don't mind a particular Jesus being thrown in with that mix as well, but that's not what this is about. This is about liberal hypocrisy. Nothing surprising there, right? And I want to see, like, there's this video from The View, the wretched five of The View, particularly Joy Behar. But in this video, basically Joy Behar mocks Mike Pence for his religiosity, his fundamental Christian beliefs. He wouldn't get into elevators or go out to dinner with a woman without his wife, a woman that's, not a related woman, apparently. That's not his wife. Billy Graham, the Reverend that just died, same thing. Wouldn't go into an empty elevator with just a female if no one else was around. And nowadays with the Me Too thing, it all makes sense to avoid any sort of scandal. But Joy Behar, they were talking about how Mike Pence gets thoughts and ideas and whatnot from Jesus Christ, praying to him and receiving answers, I guess, hearing God speak to him. So Joy Behar goes on to mock Mike Pence, saying, talking to God is one thing, but hearing God talk to you or Jesus talk to you is crazy. Now, let me just say, I don't pray I don't know, maybe sometimes I do. I talk out loud a lot when I'm by myself, and to me, it's the same thing, I don't do it in a quiet little corner on my knees, whatever. It's more of an expression of thought for me, putting it out there, putting it out to the universe, to the gods, however you want to look at it, and, So, I think it's good to pray if you want, right? And to get an answer, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to judge that here. No, so I think talking out loud, praying is good. It's cathartic. It might get thoughts out, might put something out there to the universe or your God or whatever to get some reaction, some good positive feedback. So Joy Behar on The View basically attacks Pence and calls him crazy for talking to God and getting answers back from God. Now, we juxtapose that because recently, since one of those award shows, I honestly don't know, but because I don't watch that crap and I don't care about it, where Oprah Winfrey did her big speech, and afterwards everyone was Oprah 2020, Oprah for president, blah, blah, blah. On 2020 run, I'm waiting on a clear sign from God. And that's not it. I went into prayer, Oprah Winfrey told the magazine. God, if you think I'm supposed to run, you gotta tell me. And it has to be so clear that not even I can miss it. And I haven't gotten that. So, does this mean that Oprah Winfrey is crazy as well? Is Joy Behar going to attack Oprah Winfrey and make fun of Oprah Winfrey for saying that? Or is it okay because she's Oprah Winfrey and she's a liberal? Is Oprah Winfrey as crazy as Mike Pence? Or are there truly, like, you know, is the left media going to mock Oprah Winfrey for saying this the way they would mock Mike Pence or, you know, any other Republican when they pray for victims of some event? They're always saying, oh, what a prayer is going to do, blah, 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 blah. Do they mock Oprah Winfrey? If Oprah Winfrey decides, if she gets this message from God, if she hears God clearly telling her to run for president in 2020, is the left, is Joy Behar going to get on The View and say that Oprah Winfrey is obviously nuts for hearing a clear, audible sign, some sort of clear sign from God, getting a reaction from God, and that she's not mentally capable to run for president of the United States because of this? I mean, are they going to make fun of Oprah Winfrey the way they make fun of Mike Pence? So, obviously, clearly double standards here. Make fun of the religious guy, the Trump guy, but it's perfectly acceptable for Oprah Winfrey, one of their liberal gods, to do it. But that's not all either. Just looking around, trying to find some information, I came across this article entitled "When God Talks Back, Understanding the American Evangelical Relationship with God" by T.M. Lerman, and is special to CNN. This is on CNN. In the Bible, God spoke directly to Abraham. He spoke directly to Moses. He spoke directly to Job. But to your neighbor down the street, it's a question. And it goes on to say, excuse me. So the article says, most people reading the ancient scriptures understand these accounts of hearing God's voice as miracles that really did happen but no longer take place today. Excuse me. Or maybe as folkloric flourishes to ancient stories. Even Christians who believe that miracles can be an everyday affair can hesitate when someone tells them they heard God speak audibly. There's an old joke, and this is kind of what Behar was saying. When you talk to God, we call it a prayer. But when God talks to you, we call it schizophrenia. She said crazy. Except, the article says, that usually it's not. Hearing a voice when alone, or seeing someone, something no one else can see, is pretty common. At least 1 in 10 people will say that they've had such an experience if you ask them bluntly. Basically, she's saying it's fairly normal for people to see or hear something that they can't explain. And it's not a sign of schizophrenia or being crazy. But that aside, I'm not here to make a scientific argument on this. The point is the hypocrisy from the left towards the right and from the left towards their own. I cannot wait to see Joy Behar on The View calling Oprah Winfrey crazy for praying to God and looking for an answer so clear that she can't miss it, whether or not she should run for president. That's the point.
I'm a faithful person, but I don't know that I want my vice president speaking in tongues and having Jesus speak to him.
Like I said before,
I don't know if I want that.
It's one thing to talk to Jesus. It's another thing when Jesus talks to you.
Exactly.
Okay, well,
That's different.
That's different. That's called mental illness, if I'm not correct.
But I think,
hearing voices.
you know, Joy, as a Christian, that's just par for the course. You talk to Jesus, Jesus talks back. What concerns me is how long is the conversation
Jesus
with
is telling him to say things.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. You know, if you talking to, you know, because I asked Jesus for a parking space.
Can he talk? My question is, can he talk to Mary Magdalene without his wife in the room?
I don't know.